Hey guys, it's that day, it's that time, you know what that means. So I'm a little late. My webcam was not cooperating, but it is now. So I guess. Glad you can see me. I can see me. It looks like I'm here. So I'm sure you'll let me know if you can see me. And if you don't let me know you can see me, it means that you can't see me or you're not here. Either way, I'll just sit here and talk to myself for a few minutes and see what happens. Hey, Crochet Beast. How are you? How's your week been? What's going on? Hey, Amanda. Hiya, hiya. Hi, Catherine. So you guys are all streaming in here, or StreamYard, or YouTube's letting you let me know you're here. Takes a sweet, sweet time sometimes. So, how's everybody's week been? What's new? What have you been doing? Let me know. Working on anything new? Anything fun? What's up? As my description stated, if you read the description on the reminder for this chat, I'm totally winging it. I have absolutely positively zero topics that I have to talk about or need to talk about. I'm just here because it's Wednesday, 7:15, and that's what I do on Wednesdays at 7:15. So whatever it is you guys want to talk about, if you have a topic you want to bring it up. I'm all ears. Catherine said she's helping the hubby with a video game, so a bit preoccupied. What's the video game? Ignore the chaos that's behind me. I'm still in the process of rearranging and packing up and trying to do something with all this yarn. So it's a mess behind me. And I'm still waiting for things that I ordered to come in so I can finish things. So that's why I don't really, I don't, well, it's not why, it's why I don't have any finished objects because I don't have the materials I need to finish the things that I'm working on. Still don't have the material for the pillows. Still missing the yarn to finish my shawl. Uh, I did get the yarn for another project that I'm going to start, but I kind of wanted to finish a couple of these other projects that I have going on before I started it. But now I'm getting kind of antsy and impatient and annoyed, so I'm probably going to go ahead and start it anyway, or start them, I should say. Um, I know that's about all I've got going on with that. I'm literally just sitting here waiting for stuff to come in. It's annoying. See, Thea's saying week's been pretty quiet. Just working on a waffle stitch baby blanket. Just one. Last of Us 2. He has played it before, but not for a while. Makes him fun and cranky. That's pretty much how video games leave me. Love them, but when I'm on a losing streak, I am not a happy person. The kids and I tied perler beads for the first time this week. We are hooked. Oh, perler beads are fun. Oh, by perler beads, you do mean the ones that you put down in the shape, and then you iron them, right? Those are the perler beads. That's so. Taylor and I used to do them when she was a kid, and I did them a little bit because I just thought they were fun. I haven't done it in a while though, but yeah, that's a fun craft. Catherine's asking the same thing. I'm pretty sure pearl beads are the ones that you melt because I know the ones we use they look like little cylinders, and you put them in the mold on the like little hooky things in the shape and style that you wanted, and then we put wax paper over it and then ironed it with an iron and they melted. It was fun. Yes, the ones you melt. We turned some into necklaces and keychains. Cool. We made ornaments and keychains, and then just kind of had some just laying around just for fun. Yeah, that's a fun craft. Crochet Beast is saying, "Oh, that sounds like fun. They are fun. Do you guys have those in Australia? Do I need to send you some? I'll send you some. I like, crafts are just is one of those things that there's so many different ones that you could try. I think you could try a different craft a week and will probably still take years to even scratch the surface of trying every craft that exists. And mind you, I'm just saying try. I'm not saying like get the hang of or master. Obviously, since it takes I think was it 10,000 hours to master a task. So that makes me wonder how many. I wonder how many hours I've actually been crocheting. Hmm, that's a really good question. Anyway, but yeah, I love like finding other tasks and crafts to do. Like somebody was doing needle punch, and I was like, oh wow, I haven't done that in forever. I've tried like a lot of tasks. I keep saying tasks. I've tried a lot of crafts. Um, there's a few I haven't tried that I'd like to try, but then I'll see somebody doing a craft I used to do, and I'm like, oh, I used to do that. I love that. Then I'm gonna rush out and buy that craft and redo it again and do it again. And then I'll do it for a little while, and then I'll fall off and go back to like my. Normally, I come back to crochet or jewelry making, mainly crochet at this point though. Um, but yeah, I'm always looking for another fun craft to pick up and do or redo or revisit. I mean, I think I've asked this before, but other than crocheting or knitting, because we covered that, what other crafts do some of y'all do? That I mean, like, do you enjoy? I have not seen them here. My kids got ones that spray with water and stick together, but the things they make fall apart after a day or two. I will check them out online. Yeah, we've done the bead ones too. They're like little beads, and yeah, you spray them and they melt. We've done this a couple times. They do fall apart unless you like you're going to have to soak it for it to actually stay together, and then it takes forever for it to dry. But I mean, crafts other than crocheting that I enjoy doing include jewelry making. You guys know that. I like to work with resin. Um, I guess I could break jewelry down to be a little more specific. I like doing jewelry on like a bead loom. I like wire wrapping, although I'm not that good at wire wrapping. I enjoy doing it, but I'm not that great at it. Um, Beadwork in general, and of course chainmail. I, I, I haven't done chainmail in a very long time because the sad thing is I've kind of run out of patience to do chainmail. Not that doing chainmail itself bothers me; it's the having to open all of the rings before I can even start. It just aggravates me. I need to hire somebody to open rings for me. You know, that's their only task. Open the jump rings. And I probably could task that to the grandkid. Hmm. Yeah, because I could get her to open like several hundred rings, and I could just have like a set of open ones. Hmm. I'm gonna have to do that. Anyway, those are the hobbies, the jewelry making hobbies I enjoy. And then, like I said, I like working with resin. Um, I like working with my stamper, um, metal stamper. um, weaving in general. That's pretty much my jam. When I was younger, I was big into embroidery and cross stitch. I did a jacket when I was when I was uh, late high school. Well, I did it in high school, but I wore it most of through college. It was a jean jacket, and I embroidered all this stuff on it. I mean, it looked like patchwork. I was just making a bunch of patches and sticking it all over the jacket. It was the coolest thing. I missed that jacket. I don't think there's a picture of that jacket that exists, which is sad because the jacket was pretty cool. Catherine enjoys cross stitch embroidery, and I really want to try diamond painting. Oh, yeah, that's the other one I do a lot. Diamond painting is very relaxing to me. I could just chill and do it. And you're also a quilter. I don't have the room to quilt. If I had the room to quilt, I would do it. I would do it. It's one of the first crafts I learned to do because my mom was a quilter. My mom did three crafts. She was a crocheter, she was a quilter, and she sewed. So I learned all three of those at a pretty young age. The crochet thing didn't pan out because it was the whole left. I was learning left, she was teaching right, and it didn't work out very well. But I did pick up her skills in quilting. I even picked up her skills in sewing. I just don't sew that much because I don't know. I've never really got over the phobia of the sewing machine. You know, it still kind of freaks me out that there's this machine that's eating the material and stabbing it with thread. I don't know. It's some weird phobia I have. But I mean, I will sew if I have to. I will take out sewing machine and sew something if I have to. But it'll never be like the relaxing adventure that my mom found it to be. My mom loved to sew. I mean, absolutely positively loved to sew. To the point where when my cousin got married, she made all the bridesmaids dresses plus my flower girl dress. So she made six bridesmaid dresses and my flower girl dress. And we're talking like 1974, 75. So it was like organza and ruffles and lace. The dresses were just very, it was crazy. And she made them all. You know, I think back on that now and I'm totally amazed by it. Man, she made like six dresses. Thea does resin work, wood burning, and sublimation printing. Sublimation printing. Remind me of what that is. Hey, VJ. I like paint by numbers, diamond painting, puzzles, loom knitting, and loom beading. VJ, we are kind of separated at birth because I love diamond painting. I will do a puzzle. I like to loom knit, and I love to loom bead. Do you have a machine for your loom knitting, or do you use the frames? I've got both. I prefer my machine. I haven't gotten it out in a while. I need to get that out. Bribe her in the holidays. Yeah, I might have to. Macrame. Very cool. I learned how to macrame in Girl Scouts. I made a couple of things, and I really haven't done it since. I'm going to try a mosaic tile stepping stone project with the kids tonight. Ooh, that sounds cool. I have a friend that makes those stepping stones professionally. He's forever like looking for different kinds of glass and ceramics and stuff that he can break to use. And like I was we were like FaceTiming, and he was in like this little like antique shop or something, and he got all excited because he found some like dirt cheap china, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna make some perfect stepping stones for the back of my yard." And this woman was like, "You're gonna use plates as stepping stones?" And he's like, "No, no, I'm gonna break the plates and then make mosaics out of it and then make stepping stones." And she was horrified. She's like, "You're gonna take perfectly good plates and use them for something to walk on?" And he's like, "Well, people take plates and lick them. What's the difference? I guess they're both gross as far as he's concerned, but at least he's creating art when he breaks the plates and puts them on the stones. I just thought it was funny that he told her that. Let's see who else. Hmm, what else does everybody like to do? I mean, that's all. I don't. You know people that don't like have a craft? They don't have hobbies. Just kind of wonder what to do with their time. I'm trying to think. What would I do if I didn't have hobbies? I have no idea. I mean, you ask, you get that question like, so what do you do for fun? What do you do for a hobby? I don't have any. You don't have any hobbies at all? None? I swear, I swear. True story. When I was still like on dating sites, I mean, anyway, I was still on dating sites at the time, and when you first meet somebody and do the introductions, one of the first questions is, so what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? And this guy literally said, I don't have any hobbies. You don't have any hobbies? No. Okay, so you get up in the morning, you go to work, you come home. What do you do between coming home and going to bed before you go to work the next day? And what do you do on your days off? Oh, nothing. I just kind of sit around, or I'll listen to music, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll play with the dogs. I was like, well, music's a hobby. I guess it was just weird because normally somebody's like, oh yeah, well when I have some time off, I like to work on my car, I like to work on the boat, I like to work on the yard. I I like to crochet. I like to knit. I like to like work with my loom. I like to do ceramics. Normally, I like to listen. I like to go. I play in my band. I go to concerts. I go to movies. Something. That's just whatever. Okay, but it was weird. I mean, and I can't imagine my life without a hobby. Even though my hobbies tend to end up becoming businesses, but not all of my crafts that I do am I like trying to like turn into something. Yeah, I still have crafts that I just do for because I love them, and that's what they are, and that's it. But I just can't imagine not having hobbies. Maybe it's just me. Amanda saying, I know a few people with less crafty hobbies, like people who are avid readers and film watchers, or people who play a lot of sports or hunt fish. But I don't know how you do nothing. I'd go crazy. I'm with you. But yeah, but I mean, he finally did like say things like he likes to listen to music, play with his dogs. But it was like pulling teeth. I was like, what do you do? You just sit and just veg? I mean, I just can't imagine it. I can't wrap my brain around it. I really can't. Did I mention I can't wrap my brain around it? Because I'm really at a loss of trying to wrap my brain around that. So let's see what else is going on. I don't have any finished objects. I have a work in progress that I can show you. I think I told you guys about how I normally make something for a charity auction for a homeless veteran organization. So I'm in the process of making this year's contribution for that. It's normally an Afghan. Last year's was a flag Afghan, and I was glad to make it for him. It turned out great, but if I never ever have to crochet another star again, it will still be too soon. So this year, I decided I was going to make an Afghan yet again, but it was not going to be a flag. It was still going to be like Americana, as in red, white, and blue, but I was going to pick a different pattern. So I have been. Oh, I should say I had been looking through patterns on Pinterest and YouTube and Ravelry, trying to find an Americana pattern that I liked that wouldn't be too time consuming and but would still like look worthy of a charity auction. And I came across the Secret Yarnery's Speedy Blanket pattern, and so I decided that it would be perfect for this, and so that's what I chose. No, there you go. The pattern I chose to make this for this Afghan. Um, it's working out pretty quick. I just started it like maybe a day or so ago, and I really couldn't work on it the last couple of days because I have been, you know, okay, Kim, stop because you're messing this up. Absolutely slammed with school and work and everything else. So I've probably only worked on it for like maybe 2 hours tops. But this is the progress so far. I hope that red's coming up as red. It's looking kind of orangey for me, but it's actually red, white, and blue. But yeah, so I've literally just getting started on it. This is going to take forever. But so yeah, then at the end, all this will be fringe, and I'll add tassels. But yeah, so this is what my current work in progress that I have to get done because it has to be done by because the auction's on the 20th of May. So I'm gonna have to like step up my game on it, but that's what I'm working on right now. Okay, Amanda, good to see you. Talk to you soon. Hello, I've got a scuzz, but not COVID. I tested. Oh, I'm glad you don't have COVID, but sorry you're sick. Catherine saying, I remember my father in law asking my grandmother and I while we were crocheting when, when we relaxed. We both said, what do you mean? We are relaxing. Haha. Let's see. Everybody's saying goodbye to Amanda. Thank you. Glad it's not to see us, Ella. I think we're all glad that it's not to see. Yeah, I mean, so you thought you should have been relaxing instead of crocheting? Didn't understand that crocheting was your relaxing time? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a guy thing. Maybe guys are better at chilling than we are. Oh, puppies, what? You've been outside playing all day. Not suddenly you want in here? Hang on, I gotta like lasso a child to come and let the dogs in. Big one, little one, doesn't matter. Yes, I am texting my child that's 2 rooms away. Yes, I did just text my kid that's like 2 rooms away. So that's going to be my project for the next. I don't know. I think that if I like work on it for a couple of hours a day, I'll probably have it done in a week, which will be within the time that I need to get it done, and that'll still free me up to work on some other things. I'm going to work on them. Um, Other than that, it's my same old, same old. I'm still like doing my client work, and I'm still in school. Class is still like kicking my butt. I'm enjoying the class though. Um, I think I've told you the workload, but let me tell you again so I can lead up to my next story. So the course, the workload for this class is different from other classes because it's heavier. It's much heavier. Classes before this, I've had like 50 to 100 pages of reading a week to do. We had assignments every other week. Uh, Maybe out of a 10-week class, maybe 3 quizzes. Um, a discussion post, and we had to respond to 3 other discussion posts. So we had to make one of our own, and then we had to respond to 3 other people's posts. Yeah, not bad. This class, however, the reading was between 100 and 200 pages a week. We had a quiz every week. We had an assignment every week. We have the discussion questions that we have to write, and the 3 posts we have to make. Um, yeah, adding those the additional assignments and the quiz, along with the extra 50 pages of reading material, is kicking my butt. I've pretty much managed to keep up for the most part, but I was like, we're on week 8 of week 10, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've got 2 more weeks of this to do. Then I have a week off, and then like I could jump back in on my next class with an instructor that's not as gung ho or I don't know in need of such voluminous stuff from her students. So since it's week 8, it's time for me to schedule my next class. So I go in and I see that a class that I really, really have to take, that's like a linchpin class that I really need to take, is being offered this next uh, session. So I'm excited. I'm like, okay, cool. I need to take this class. I go to sign up for it. I look at the instructor. Guess who the instructor is? I kind of want to cry. I don't know if I could do 2 classes back to back at that volume. The idea of it, did I say I want to cry? I'm tired thinking about the idea. But on the flip side, I can't get, I have to take this class and I have to take it now. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I can't keep up my work volume and YouTube and crochet business and that level of school for another 10 weeks. I can't do it. So I'm trying to decide and pick and choose on what I'm going to keep doing and what's going to get thrown to the wayside. Um, I'm kind of bummed about it because I don't want to change anything that I'm doing. Like I don't want to give up. Not that I've been posting videos, but I don't want to give up posting videos. I don't want to give up my live. I really don't want to cut back on work much more because girls got to eat. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna work this out, but I'm gonna have to figure something out because I can't get out taking this class, and that's the only instructor teaching it. So that's been my week up to now because that all happened yesterday. Uh, yeah, did I fall off the planet, or did you guys all just stop talking? I'm kind of confused. So let's see. Has anybody heard any news lately? Did you guys see that Expression Fiber Arts came out with their own crochet and knit kits? Catherine had posted about it on Facebook. So I'm glad you're listening to me, but I feel like I'm talking to myself because when you guys listen to me and don't type anything and the lag, I'm like I finished talking and it's like crickets, literally. It makes me nervous. Like you guys got tired of listening to me and walked away or something. Well, Expression Fiber Arts has a crochet kit and a knit kit for beginners, I should say. And the kit, and Catherine, correct me if I'm wrong, but the kit is like one skein of, I think it's like 250 yards of a yarn, a crochet hook, or knitting needles that match the yarn, and then you get a pattern, either a crochet pattern or a knit pattern. And you get a handy dandy canvas bag to put it all in. So, remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how, and I can't remember the name of the company to save my life right now, but anyway, was it We Are Knitters? Yeah, I think it was We Are Knitters. Somebody correct me if I was wrong. They were putting out crochet kits as well, or crochet and knit kits as well, and they were charging like $60 for them. Well, Expression Fiber Arts is charging less than $30 for one of their beginner kits, and I couldn't help but wonder if, like, this was it might have been in response to that, because not only were they charging a ridiculous amount, they were teaming up with somebody in the fast fashion industry, which is not cool. But I thought that was cool that Expression Fiber Arts came out with this kits, and it looks like it's all her. It doesn't look like they're teamed up with anybody to offer it. It looks like it's their yarn. The 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 hook's metal, so it could just be like a regular Boye or Susan Bates hook. And I guess the knitting needles are wooden, but I don't know who makes them, so it could be theirs as well. But I just thought that I was like, oh wow, somebody is actually putting up a beginner kit that is actually priced properly and offers good materials. What a novel idea! Gaff is saying, I love that she did that. Is it Chandy or Candy? Has great patterns and beautiful yarn. Yeah, some of her patterns um kind of confuse me a bit because she explains things in interesting ways, but the patterns themselves are beautiful. I can't always follow them that well. Even the video ones, like I can follow those a little better than some of the written ones, but she just has a very, like, I guess, unique way of demonstrating her crochet. But her patterns are ridiculous, and I'm jealous that anybody can be their own model. She even sews her own clothes. She's all about crafting your own stuff. Yeah. Consider Shandy. Like I thought it was Shandy, but I was making sure. But yeah, so I thought that was neat, and I think I'm actually going to buy one. I might buy one of each, and actually review the crochet one, but actually use the knitting one to actually try to learn to knit. Oh, I left out along with that the kit you get. You also get links to her video playlist of beginner um, videos for both crochet and knit. So I thought it was all pretty cool. Um, there's something else I want to talk about. Let me think real quick. It wasn't necessarily crochet related as much as it was art related. Oh, um, in one of my other craft uh, uh, Facebook groups, I'm in a lot of groups. And most of them are craft related, craft or art or writing related. One of the three. And this woman had done these two portraits of it was both of them were of women with their bare backs to the camera, and they're kind of looking demurely over their shoulder a little bit. And she was just posting because she was looking for names for the paintings, and people were reporting her for posting porn. These were literally watercolor paintings of a barebacked woman. Couldn't even you could barely see like maybe a millimeter of like maybe the top of her of her bum, but that's it. I mean, and she like I said, she was looking over her shoulder. You couldn't see any other part of her, just her bare back, and they were turning in the paintings for porn. I'm like, really? Oh my god, children might see that. They might see a watercolor of a woman's bare back, and that's going to scar them for life. Seriously, it just amazed me that how people were. I mean, and it wasn't just one or two people. It was a bunch of people that were like going in on her, and I'm like, she has what? Whatever happened to just like like if you don't like something, just keep scrolling. Whatever happened in those days? How do you believe that? Why do you leave that behind? We need to go back to that. Absolutely ridiculous. You still think that's a lot? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Because let's see. Let's say that the skein of yarn is $8. The crochet hook, depending on what kind, it's a metal hook, but let's say crochet hook's $2, so that's $10. Um, how much are knitting needles? I have no idea how much knitting needles are. Somebody tell me how much knitting needles are. Um, you're getting a pattern, which most people will pay between $2 and $5 for a beginner pattern. So that's $15, and you get the tote bag, which wholesale probably $5. Retail normally they sell for what 10, 15, but we'll say $5 wholesale. So that's what $20 right there. And then you have to pad on for profit. So $30 doesn't sound that bad to me. Wow, indeed about the painting. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the people need a life. Kind of like the people complaining about Five Guys burgers and fries. Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. About it's the same as people complaining about Five Guys serving. Yeah, serving peanuts. and then they forgetting the fact that they actually cook everything in peanut oil, and that more importantly, they don't have to eat there. They can eat anywhere else they want to. You really expect Five Guys to stop cooking in peanut oil and stop serving peanuts because you want to eat there? I'm pretty sure if they stop doing those two things, the reason you want to eat there is going to go away. Maybe I'm wrong. But again, it's kind of like what I said to you when you brought that up on Facebook. Um, it's like me being mad at Red Lobster because I can't eat there because I'm allergic to shrimp. You know, stop serving seafood so I can eat there. Makes no sense. Her yarn is hand dyed and gorgeous. I guess I explained it a little bit more. Yeah, her yarn is mostly merino. I didn't know that, but forgot. Their food isn't great and it's overpriced, but I don't know. I like a Five Guys burger personally. I don't eat there often, but no, I like me a Five Guys burger with cheese and bacon and pickles and everything but onions. I don't like onions. Yeah, some people just need to learn to deal. You know, it's not about them. It's like you look at them and go, "Yo, Copernicus called. You do not, no, you do not revolve around the sun. It's not all about you. Stop it." But yeah, they just tore this poor girl a new one to the point where she took the post down, and then she made a new post explaining that she took the post down and why. And of course, that led to a lot of people being like, "Oh, well, that's ridiculous," and those people should be ashamed of themselves, blah blah blah. But then some of those same people still got on there and doubled down on their ignorance and stupidity from the first post. It's like, wow, people truly don't learn. And apparently people don't understand the concept of the definition of insanity. You know, why are you harassing her? She was looking for ideas on what to name her painting. She wasn't asking your opinion on it. I mean, the least you could have done was stay true to the question. And when she asked, your answer could have been, "Oh my God, this is nudity," or "nudity on Facebook." At least offer her a couple of titles. I mean, geez. At least stick to some part of the script. Damn. It's all about Johnny and Amber. Yep. Or Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Of course, that was really just Jan feeling like everything was about other people, but you know what I mean. Just ridiculous. And I don't know if she ever did get any viable names or not. I don't think she did because the first, and if she did, they got drowned out in the first post by the idiots, and on the second one, I think people were more like, "Oh, don't feel bad," and blah 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 blah. I never did get around to offering her any names, which is kind of sad because that's really what she wanted. But instead, she got picked on by a bunch of bullies, and then consoled by a bunch of not bullies. But either way, she didn't get any name ideas. And I'm just so over people and thinking that entitled people amaze me. They literally think that everything does and should revolve around them. And when it doesn't, they do not know how to cope. They really don't. They are totally lost when things can't be about them. You know, when people deign to actually do things that don't revolve around them and don't involve them and are of no like business of theirs. I'm fascinated by people who are flummoxed by that. Just I I don't understand people in general. So, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm better off not understanding them because understanding them just makes me ragey and cranky and makes me want to throat punch people. And I try not to throat punch people because that's something that normally gets you put in jail. And I don't want to go to jail because I don't think I could have the crochet hooks I like in jail. So I try to stay out of jail. If for no other reason, because I like my crochet hooks. Which probably made perfectly zero sense. And at this point, some of you are probably eyeing the X to leave the chat. And in that case, I wouldn't blame you. Godspeed. I'm crazy. I told you. But then there are others of you that are probably pointing and laughing at me, going, "Yeah, it's typical Mocha." So I don't know what team you're on, but thanks for being here either way. I don't know what to say. Uh, yeah, no to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail. It sounds like a bad time. Definitely sounds like a bad time. And here comes the congestion that comes with. I can always tell where I am at the point I am in chat. I can always tell that I am approaching an hour because I start to get congested. And here it is. And I look at the clock, and yeah, I'm like 5 minutes out. Always. Um, I was in whose chat was I in? Yarn Geek this morning, and she's there. Was it Yarn Geek? I don't know. This conversation has been coming up a lot lately. Which is funny because I suggested that it was something I was going to do several weeks ago, and now people are talking about it. Coincidence? Probably. But anyway, people were talking about how they want to go live with their tutorials. And they're talking about their various setups and stuff. And as I've told you guys, like several weeks ago, it was something that I've been planning on doing because this filming. Can you hear that music in the background? My apologies in advance if you can hear that music. My daughter's significant other is blaring his music in the basement. Anyway, um, luckily I'm putting it into my chat, so it's not that bad. But um, what was I saying? Oh, how they're using a webcam or the camera on their laptop, um, and their phone, and they're signing into their own live on another account, and then using that to record themselves during their tutorial. And I thought it was an interesting concept. I'm thinking about doing something like that because I was kind of thinking about that because using a two camera system anyway. Because trying to look through like to set my webcam up to do it is kind of a bit of a pain. But that's how I had been doing it. I was moving my webcam and setting it up at a weird angle so that you can see my hands. But I kind of, if I wanted to do lives and do that, I kind of needed you to see my hands, but be able to see me too. So if I actually signed in with another account, I could invite myself up onto my own live. So you're seeing me in a box, but you're also seeing my hands. So anyway, this has been being bandied around by quite a few people lately, and I just find it amusing because I had been saying that's what I wanted to do a while ago. But interesting. Um, all I have to say, I don't know when I'm gonna find time to do these lives. I barely find time to do this one live, let alone adding lives to it. But the thing is, the other lives, I'm not really counting on people being there. I'm really just trying to go do a live so that I can record the tutorial live and explain as I'm doing it and it just seems a little less um, intimidating doing it live than it does like trying to pre-record it. But I don't know. I'm at this point now. I'm kind of just rambling. Um, I'm gonna try to find time to do this. I have like this is my week 8 in my class out of 10 weeks. I'm sorry, I'm in week 9 now. Week 8 was last week. Yeah, I'm in week 9 now out of 10, and this week is my final. Ironically, week 10 we're not even doing anything. I'm not even sure why we have class, but after that I'll have like a week or so off. So I'm going to probably try to film some stuff then. Um, and I'm really going to figure out something about work because I'm not going to be able to keep my regular work schedule and keep up the volume of work I need for school. And I can't slouch off of school because I don't want to ruin my GPA. So yeah, that's where I am now. I'm trying to rearrange my. I'm trying to rearrange my schedule and figure out how I'm going to make this all work. I will because I always do. But I'm 5 classes away from being done. So and out of the 5 classes, one of them is a how to do my capstone project, and the other one is my capstone project. So I technically only have 3 traditional courses left to go. So, and all 3 of them are very important courses because they are basically the linchpin of what I want to do with my career. So I can't afford to A, slouch off on those classes, and B, my GPA cannot afford for me to slouch off on those classes. Not that my GPA is bad because it's not. I think I have a 3.8, but I don't want to go below a 3.5. So so I can't blow off a class and get like a C or something because that's just going to completely blow my GPA. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I'll figure it out one way or another. But that's what I'm gonna be doing this week, basically. Trying to figure that out, working as usual, and studying for my final exam. And crocheting. That's me. You're just saying if you look at Kelly's crochet adventures, that's how she does it on Sundays. Yeah, I was noticing that. I mean, I've watched her, but I never really paid attention to her setup. So I am going to go back and watch a couple of her videos to see if I can figure out what her setup is. Look at me, I'm doing all this. I'm orchestrating. I thought you were taking on too much work. That's the story of my life. I don't know how to do one or two things. I just don't. I've never been a 1-2 tasker person. I've always had like umpteen balls in the air. Um, and it's not even the fact that I've got all these balls in the air. It's the fact that one of these balls is really big and really heavy, and it wasn't before, but now it is. And I mean I know that I should have expected for the course load to increase as I'm going through because it's grad school. It's not like I'm not taking like beginning something at the community college. I'm not slamming community colleges. I'm just saying this is not like undergrad. It's graduate school. It's like it's big time. So and it's law at that. So I don't know what I was thinking that if I was thinking that things were going to like ratch up, and they are. And like I said, I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out. I always do. So anyway, I am now officially getting too congested to talk anymore. My throat's starting to hurt, which means we gotta be around. Yep, we are. We are just under an hour, so that's why I'm starting to sound like this. Hi, Brain Master. How are you? What's new? But yeah, um, so yeah, I'm probably gonna spend the rest of this week and part of next trying to figure out how I'm gonna navigate all this. And I'm gonna be working on this Afghan, and if I get another project, I'm gonna start because I really want to um, do a tutorial on the pattern. If I don't do a tutorial on the pattern, I at least want to release the pattern next month. And it's a simple pattern, so I don't really need to go through the whole testers and all that happy stuff. Um, but I have to finish the piece in order to write the pattern. So I'm probably gonna work on that, and maybe some of the things that I've ordered, like the material for the pillows and my chair, will actually show up. That would be great. You know, if that could happen, I'd be happy because I'm tired of sitting sideways. I literally have to lean like this, so it looks like that I'm not leaning over the chair, but then it's obvious that I'm leaning. But when I sit up, I'm here and the chair's there. That's weird, and it's gotta be weird for you guys watching it. But any other chair in my house is too short, so I'm suffering through this chair, and it's really suffering because it's really starting to make my hip hurt. So if a new chair could come in, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. So, just so you don't think I don't realize that the chair is crooked. Yes, I'm well aware the chair is crooked. I just have to get the replacement chair that I ordered. So, Brainmaster is saying, as always, crocheting. I'm working on a bias shawl with Colorina from Hobie. Oh, Colorina. I love Colorina. What color in Colorina are you using? I think I own every color of Colorina. It was my favorite for the longest kind of time. I still use it a lot, but and I guess I kind of traded in Colorino for Malabrigo. But I like Colorino. I mean, like it will always be like one of my favorite go to. Um, well, I don't have any of it out because I've put it all away, so I can't grab a scan of it real quick. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right here. It's really nice yarn. I really like it. It can be a little sticky, especially if you have to frog it. But for the most part, I love working with Colorina. What should my shawls I make with it? Oh, this one. This one's made with Colorina. One of my love shrugs. This is my favorite colorway of it, by the way. Woo. I still love the shrug. Uh, seems like I made this like it's hard to believe this was I did this earlier this year because it seems like it was like forever ago. Time works weird, y'all. It literally feels like I made this like forever ago instead of just a couple months ago. But yeah, anyway, all that to say, yeah, this is Colorina. I like Colorina. What color Colorina are you using? The black one and the blue one. So the black that goes into the gray and the white, or the black that is kind of speckled gray. And by the dark blue, when you mean the one that's completely blue, or the one that goes blue into the burgundy into the purple. I told you I got a lot of coloring. I use a lot of coloring. And it's really nice to work with. And it double strands really well too. This isn't double stranded, but I think I made a hat and that double stranded colorina with um what's it called, the thread, the silver and gold, silver, the thread you can get it, silver and gold. I paired those together and made a hat. It was like a beanie. It was pretty. Ah, yes, I like both of those very much. The black that has the gray, and the blue that goes into the green. Cool, very nice. All right, well, like I said, my congestion is getting the best of me, so it's pretty much time for me to head on out. Thanks for being here. I always have fun chatting with y'all, which is why no matter what goes on in my week, I try my best to be here. Um, and like I said, I'm gonna see what I need to do to work out my week, work out my schedule so that, like, I make things work. But you can pretty much count on, if anything that goes, this chat won't be one of them. So with that said, I will see you guys next week, and I'll see you in the Yarny Halls and around YouTube. So have a good night, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.